Hey y'all, welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day for maximum weight loss following the Starch Solution whole food plant-based vegan diet. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my plant-based inspiration. So this day was started with some coffee, some organic coffee with some soy milk and some maple syrup, and also drinking lots and lots and lots of water, alkaline water. And for my first meal of the day, I'm going to be having some steamed cauliflower. So I literally just take it to my break room at work, heat it up for 5 minutes. Cauliflower is the one veggie that it tastes still very good to me, even though it's been steamed in one of those bags. Like, I think that veggies are so much better steamed fresh, like the taste, but cauliflower tastes the same to me no matter what, and so that's what I'll opt for when I get the bagged veggies, because I've just been so spoiled with the steamed veggies that I do at home. I had some Japanese sweet potatoes that were already baked from prior, and I've got some leftover spicy or some Dijon mustard at work, 2 different containers here that I'm going to be just kind of scraping out from to not let it go to waste and to use it. And I'll be dipping my cauliflower in that today. And here's me just working and eating my food. I always start with my veggies, just like it suggests in the maximum weight loss program through the Starch Solution created by Dr. John McDougall. And so I'm in such a habit of always eating veggies first. It's called preloading, eating tons of non-starchy veggies to help you feel full and prior to eating your starch, which is going to be what ultimately helps you feel full. Here's all my Japanese sweet potatoes. I love them so much. I've got cinnamon that I'll put on them temporarily. I've got cinnamon that I'll put on them from time to time is what I meant to say. And here's me at the mall going on a walk. I got a nice coffee and did a nice walk. It was so great for me. I'm back at work. I have a huge apple that I'm starting my second meal with and some more cauliflower. So same routine, 5 minutes in the microwave, and then I'll put it back in my container and eat it at my desk. And I'll either use my blue agave sriracha, I think I used, or yes, I can see it in the background. And then I've got my cinnamon. So just showing you all my toppings and condiments that I'm using for my second meal, which is the cinnamon for the sweet potato. And there's my Yellowbird blue agave sriracha. Many of you have mentioned before that you don't like things that are hot, and I can tell you that this is just a little bit hot. I'm not a person who eats hot stuff either, but this is very mild. Little kick to it, but it is so good and flavorful, and I have a 20% discount code below so you can try them out. I promise you'll be hooked. Everybody gets hooked on it. And here are my supplements that I take every day. This is a Woman's Pro Daily. I love to take things that pertain to women's health. You know, it's just so important to take certain herbs. That's a herb-filled supplement. And then my mushroom supplement that I take daily, it is from Motivate. All of these supplements, with the exception of 2, are from Motivate. I love that company, and I do have a 20% off code below that you can use on any of their supplements. And I will link below my B12 as well. I have a link for that, so you can check it out. My Kind Organics is what I've used for years. Just spray it in the mouth, and that's the B12 non-negotiable vegan supplement. And then my turmeric and ginger, and what's so special about this is it does come with black pepper in it to help absorb that curcumin inside of it. I love turmeric. It's just a multi-purpose. And then sea moss, which is excellent for providing that iodine for us vegans, obviously, who don't consume fish. And it helps me, it helps clear up mucus. It helps like dry that out if I've got any of that going on. So that's what's really cool about it to me. And I'm eating another Japanese sweet potato. These were all baked probably the night before. Because that's what I do if I do it like, earlier in the week, then I just eat them all because they're so good. And here I am eating another Japanese sweet potato. Some more water. I wanted to show you how I've been filling up on water all throughout the day. It really helps to help me know if I'm truly hungry.
I'm back home, and yes, I'm in the bathroom because sometimes the lighting's good in here. So for dinner tonight, I want to do something. Hold on. For dinner tonight, you see yourself? She's showing you her tablet. I'm inspired because on a Thursday night, nights like Thursday nights and Tuesday nights, I have more time. Friday nights too, to like actually like maybe cook something if I wanted to, versus like Monday nights that are later nights because I work an hour later because I do my yoga class in the morning. And so and then Wednesday nights where I teach a yoga class at night. So those are like quick dinner nights. Well, you see a lot of times all my dinners are like quick dinner nights. So tonight I'm actually going to do a like a tomato and zucchini saute. So nothing too different, right? So my zucchini, but I'm going to actually saute it with some tomatoes and some seasonings. And then I want to do my baked potato rounds that I haven't done in a while. I made a video a while back. It was called all the cool recipes, potato recipes I made this week. I'll link it above so you can check it out. So yeah, some really good potato recipes. I made recipes all week long full of potatoes, and so I'm going to go back to that recipe and make those. Only thing is I should have got parchment paper, but I always put it off and I don't get it. So that means I'll be using just a cooking sheet or putting foil on it, and I know it's not good to use foil. So I don't know, but anyways, that's what I really want to make. So that's probably what I'm going to make tonight. I'm going to go start chopping up some potatoes. I have a potato in the microwave right now because I'm hungry, and that's what I'm going to snack on while I'm making the food. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get started with that.
I'm going to be snacking on some frozen mango, and the way I like to snack on the mango, it's a really good end of the night type thing to eat, or if you're just snacking while you're making your food. I'm going to put some of it in the microwave, and then I'll show you what I put on top here in a minute. I do like 30 seconds. It depends on how much. I think I put that in for about a minute. And as you saw, Berkeley is watching her tablet and eating her smoothie or getting ready to have her dinner, actually. I am cutting up the zucchini for the recipe I'm going to be making. I had one of you help me out in a previous video, helping me to remember not to cut too much off the ends because I was getting into a habit of cutting a big chunk off, which is, can be wasteful. And so I've slivered off the ends because I don't like to eat the ends. And so I'm doing better to be mindful of that. And I'm just so grateful for everyone who reaches out to me on here. And it's all about helping each other be better and do better, right? And about learning and expanding, and it's just so cool. You see, I'm chopping up my zucchini. I'm going to be making, like I had mentioned, a tomato sauteed type dish. I really wanted to add some onion, and I had onions like for weeks, but then like the last few that I had went bad and I had to throw them away. And I was like, shoot, I forgot that I didn't have any more onions while making this. And so I was like, it would be good to add some onion and some garlic or whatever, but yeah, I'm just going to end up using what the actual recipe calls for, and it's going to be very simple, but yeah, just chopping up zucchini for days. That's one thing about my What I Eat in a Day videos. You're always going to see me chopping up some vegetables. So here's the zucchini after it's all nice and chopped, and I've got my mango out of the microwave now. So this is what I like to put on top, the tahini. I hope I'm saying it right. That's how I hear people say it. And it is really flavorful. It's got the little bit of like the lime flavoring, and it's really good. It adds a nice little kick to the sweet mango, and it's going to be a nice snack while I am getting dinner ready. Here's what Berkeley's going to be having: some organic buckwheat soba noodles. I just boil them for about 4 to 5 minutes, and then I'll add some coconut aminos on top for her. Even though I found out recently that those don't even really need flavoring. I can't believe that. Like, they are so good by themselves. Like, I found that out on accident. Got 2 big potatoes because I'm going to be making some baked potato slices that I've made in the past. And so I was thinking about using the ends on these. I really thought about it, and then I was like, no, because they had that big thing in the center, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to. So I tried. I contemplated it, but I was like, no, I don't want to use the ends. I washed these best I could. I probably need to get a potato brush, but I feel like I would probably always just end up using my hands and scrubbing them really well. I don't know. Like one of those things that you probably need to get in the crevices. I'm sure it would be beneficial, but I could just see myself eventually stopping using it. I've mixed together all these different spices, like my ones that I thought would be the best. Some paprika, some garlic powder, onion powder, oregano is my favorite, and then some black pepper. And just kind of mix it all together. And I rinsed off the baked potato rounds. Okay, so as you see, this is all very simple. The oven is preheating on 400. And I'm just going to kind of dab these in here. I got them a little bit wet with the water, just so that way they'd have a little bit of extra liquid to them, so the spices would stick, the seasonings would stick. And then I'm going to line them out on this cookie sheet, and then they're gonna bake for 15 minutes on one side and then 15 minutes on the other. And I did add just a little bit of pink salt on top of these, kind of sprinkled it all over, and I did that on just one side instead of two. And so I will see those here in a bit. I'm gonna let you see my oven now because it's clean, whereas in the past it wasn't. It had so many pieces of sweet potato just like baked into it. And so snacking on some raw veggies. So there is a rule here, or a test, that if you want to know if you're really hungry, if you're just eating out of boredom, then ask yourself, would I or would I not eat some raw veggies right here, right now? And if you would, then that means that you're actually hungry. So it's pretty cool, right? I've got some veggie stock here that I'm going to be using to saute the veggies. And Berkeley's eating her noodles with her coconut aminos and her smoothie that's got some earth chimp, plant-based protein in it. That's our favorite plant-based protein, very healthy and no nasty stuff made in it. I'll link that below as well so you guys can try it out. Starting to do the water sauteing, or not water sauteing, but veggie broth sauteing. I've got all my nice, beautiful chopped up zucchini. We're just going to let the pan heat up a little bit. We're going to let that, it's on high heat, medium heat. I'm going to let it sit there for about 7 minutes. I did it like 2 extra minutes because it was a whole lot. And I wanted to show you these. These are our Joy oat milk powder, all organic. They're single use oat milks. So this is super cool. Like, cause when we're visiting, whether it be family or friends, or we go somewhere, like it, I'm like, I have to carry milk around in a carton, or whatever. And, but these are single-use milks. It's been so helpful for when it comes to Berkeley. I used one of these. You'll see at the end of the video, I use one of these in my drinks. But for travel, these are so ideal because, like, think about it. If you're vegan or your kid's vegan, then you're like, sometimes we go places and other, dairy-free milks are not an option. You can mostly find them at a lot of places, but some places still don't have them. And then so if you got this, you just mix it with a little bit of water, stir it together, and it's like, bam, you've got some homemade oat milk, and all you have to do is stir it. So those are really awesome. I will leave a discount code below for those, to Joy oat milk. They have a ton of different, it's just oat milk in regards to their products. They've got cashew milk and almond milk base, and it's all just one ingredient. So as you see, I am doing continuing to saute, but I had this potato that I heated up because I wanted to snack on that, because I'm somebody who, when it comes time for me to cook, a lot of the times I'm normally already hungry and I want to eat. I've done that my whole life. I want to like snack while I eat. I don't want to wait for dinner. It's just torture. That's how it always has been for me. So I've flipped these over once and I'm going to put them back. And I was grateful that they weren't sticking really bad. I'd referenced earlier the parchment paper, which I should have and which I should invest in, but I have not. And so this is me working with what I got. And I know some of you will probably tell me it's not good to put the food directly on the metal. And yeah, so noted. I've got my organic diced tomatoes. I'll pour these in the zucchini mixture here, and I actually am using fire roasted tomatoes. The recipe called for what was it, oh my gosh, I can't think of it, the tomatoes that are pretty much whole but they've been in a can. Oh my gosh, stewed tomatoes, is that what they're called? And so what I had was fire roasted tomatoes, so I rocked with that, and I just let it simmer for a couple more minutes. The recipe said for it to go another 2 minutes, but I did longer than that because I wanted the flavors to really seep in. And I will tell you that it turned out amazing. But next day, like when you have them for leftovers, next day is top tier because those flavors have soaked in, and it was just so good. And of course I love the baked potato rounds. They're amazing, and they just taste so good. So here's my beautiful plate. I'm so excited to have a meal that I cooked and prepared and put time into. And I was really calmed, like making and preparing this whole meal. It's probably because I had made the baked potato rounds before, and I had studied heavily the recipe for the tomato and zucchini. It was very simple, and so cooking isn't stressful to me so long as I like know what I'm doing, or I've made it before. It's kind of like takes the edge off. It makes it a lot more easier. I've been ending every night with a honeydew melon, just like I used to a lot of times when I was pregnant or breastfeeding, and it feels really good. It's helped me cut out extra like sweet drink cravings. And here is a relaxing blend using the Joy Oat Milk Instant single packet. And then I also have this Harmony blend, the relaxing pomegranate, and they're so good. Plants by People. I'll leave you a discount code for those too. And I did it over ice, mixed it together, and I even added a little bit of maple syrup. So it was just milk, water, and the drink mix. And I love to be able to have something relaxing before bed, something that is calming and soothing, and it's really nice. So thank you guys for being here for yet another video. If you made it all the way through, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and if you want to support my channel further, you can always go to buymeacoffee.com. I'm so grateful that you guys are here, and we'll see you next time.